Sawadee krap. Hello and welcome to my channel. Pom Shu Crew Sunday krap. My name is Teacher Sunday. Pom Machak, Scotland krap. I come from Scotland in the UK. Pom Put Pasat and Creek Kap. I speak English and I'm a native English speaker. For several years now, I have been teaching English online. I now live in Thailand and I have taught many Thai students who are trying to meet their goals and ambitions by passing one of the level tests such as IELTS or TOEFL. Also, I've helped a lot of students who have had to improve their English ability for their work and careers. If you are watching this video and you are Thai and you want to learn how to improve your English, then this video is going to help you a lot. So please keep watching. So just let me recap a little. Once again, thank you for looking at my channel. I am a fully certified English teacher that gives online lessons. I live with my Thai family in Pattaya and I have a wife and young daughter. In addition, I do speak some Pasat Thai. Over the last 6 years, I have helped many students improve their English ability. Nearly all my students have come from China, Thailand, Singapore and Vietnam. That said, I have had students from other areas of the world. I also teach some students on a one-to-one basis. However, as you might guess, working alone the number of students that I can mentor at any one time is pretty limited. The main areas that I teach online are IELTS, the International English Level Testing System. This is for students that want to study in one of the English-speaking countries, mainly UK, which includes England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales, Australia, New Zealand and Canada. I also teach prepare people for the TOEFL test, and that's for students that are normally planning to study in the United States of America. Online, I also teach I give lessons on general English, helping all to improve their English abilities. So, let us take a quick look now at the main English level tests that I teach, IELTS and TOEFL. Let me start by outlining my approach to teaching English. Firstly, I do not teach children. I require my students to be at least lower intermediate ability, which is B1 level on the CFR scale. When I get a new student, the first thing I do is assess their English ability in speaking. I can assess this very quickly by gauging the vocabulary and grammar that they use. I have found with Thai students, one of the major problems is pronunciation. And I think this is a problem created by the tonal aspects of speaking Thai. Other aspects I gauge is the grammar and use of simple, compound and complex sentences, then checking the lexicon aspects, i.e. the vocabulary and the complexity they can use. Use of idiomatic speech and phrasal verbs is another guide. Note that when I have just outlined is all aspects that are required in the various language tests and what they're looking for when you do those. I also want to know about their goals and ambitions. I get students that just want to perform well at interview or want improved English for their careers here in Thailand. I have students that want to access academic studies in other countries, which is probably the most popular one. And I also have had students who are doing advanced courses like PhD in various countries in Europe, Germany, etc., where the use of English is mandatory in these courses. So how long does it take to get to the required standards? It doesn't just depend on the starting ability, but also how much time students can devote to learning. In the case of IELTS and TOEFL, because they may have just finished their degree course, they want to move on to the next stage quickly. This requires a high commitment and normally on a daily basis to try and achieve the bands or scores that they require in the period that they have between finishing the degree course and taking the TOEFL or IELTS test. You may look on YouTube and see promising proposals that the other people can help you if you just enroll for their course. The VIP courses, the gold courses, silver, bronze, etc., all at different costs. Warning, be very careful. I have known many students that have tried these and regretted it. They have wasted both time and money. They were given lots of videos to watch and PDFs to read, using up a lot of time with little or no personal guidance and support. If you feel you need help, then get yourself a one-to-one teacher, or even better, if there's a local college that runs preparation courses for these tests, ideal. Get on that. I am going to start getting into the nitty-gritty of the language test. Nitty-gritty is a popular phrase meaning to look into the basic details of the subject. You need to be able to use some of these idioms, but for many Thai speakers, the pronunciation of these can sometimes be very difficult. Give it a try now. See if you can do it. Nitty-gritty. Try to roll the R's. Now I am talking about IELTS, the International English Level Testing System. This is a UK English test designed and administered by Cambridge University. One question I am often asked is IELTS more difficult than TOEFL? Well, I'll tell you that's a difficult question actually. And there's no real answer that I would offer. Many people like IELTS because the speaking section involves talking to a real person. Others prefer talking to a computer. Personally, I think talking to a person is better because you can see their facial expressions. You get an impression when you're doing well. You get an impression when they're not quite understanding what you're saying. So many of the students that I've taught, Thai students that I've taught, have said that they've enjoyed the fact talking to a person and thought it preferable to talking to a computer. Both tests are checking English ability in all four aspects, so they should be near enough the same if they're checking your ability. This means that they're checking the two receptive skills, reading and listening, and also the two productive skills, which are writing and speaking. Once again, a YouTube warning. There you will see many videos saying that you can get a band 9 in IELTS and in the various disciplines also, if you learn with them. Let me tell you, in that less than 1% of test takers ever achieve the feat of getting a band 9. Many can get a band 8, and that's exceptionally good. I think it's about 4% of test takers can get a band 8, but most people start really achieving the band 7 to 7.5, which I think is excellent. I have helped many students, including Thai people, get the bands they require. And if you can set your target at band 7 or 7.5 and you achieve those bands, hey, that is fantastic. Get to know what you are weak on and concentrate on developing your strengths in that area. A good vocabulary base, both with active and passive vocabulary, reading, listening, and speaking are essential exercises in developing your skills. Now, after giving you warning already about YouTube, I would also hasten to add that there are many useful videos on YouTube that give you good guidance towards the various aspects of the IELTS test, each of the disciplines, as I said, reading, writing, speaking, and listening. You can use them and probably get a lot of tips and guidance from them also. Let's turn now and take a look at TOEFL. But before I do, let's just go back and look at what I just said. Let's turn now and take a look at TOEFL. What do I mean by let's turn now? I'm not actually turning, am I? But what I am doing is I'm turning my attention to looking at TOEFL. Just something else that you might want to think about when you're improving your vocabulary. Anyway, this is a test that's developed in the United States of America. Many students planning on studying there take this TOEFL test. I would also point out that the majority of universities in the USA also accept IELTS. To my knowledge, there are only 2 universities in the whole of the States that don't accept IELTS and only accept TOEFL. And one of them is Harvard, so there is another one. And while I'm talking about this, I would suggest you really research your choice of university and what qualifications they require for entry, because then you know what you are targeting yourself to achieve. I have seen many variations. For TOEFL, I have seen many say they require a minimum score of 80, with some saying that they require 90. Also, some add that they must score at least 30 plus in English speaking. I guide my students to aim for 100 plus overall, and I think without exception, I have never had a student that's achieved less than that. I've also seen this in IELTS requirements from band 5.5 with a minimum of band 6 in speaking, and going up from there up to as high as band 7 actually, and that's the highest I've seen it. So if you aim for a band 7.5, hey, I think you're well covered wherever you're aiming to go. This month on July the 26th, 2023, the TOEFL test is changing. The big, most welcome change is that the test duration comes down to just under 2 hours. In the past, it used to be, it could take up to 4 hours, and it was an endurance test as well as an English level test. Also worth noting that TOEFL Writing Task 2 will change to writing for academic discussion. And I have recently uploaded a video on this, and if you check out my channel, you will see that. The only other points I want to highlight for TOEFL at this moment of time is that, firstly, that this is a computer-based test only, but it can be taken for at home or at a test center. So that's the 2 points that I'd like you to really consider. So before we finish this video, I'd like us to have a little bit of fun together. And what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some Thai phrases. And what I want you to do is to give me the English equivalent. Say the same thing in English. Do you think you can do that? This is the sort of exercises that help build your basic vocabulary in English. So if you're ready, let's give it a go. Sawati, sawati. What we say in English is hello. That's very common, very popular. Or informal, hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? A little bit more formal, hello, nice to meet you. Hello, nice to meet you. Or hello, how do you do? How do you do is meaning, are you okay? So the answer would be, thank you, I am well. Hello, how do you do? Okay, Next one. Kop kun. Kop kun crap. Kop kun. English. Thank you. A little bit better for maybe something a bit, just taking something a bit more. Thank you very much. Or just a simple thanks. All are perfectly acceptable. But gauging on what somebody's done for you, ranging from a quick thanks to thank you very much. Kop kun mak, etc. Next. Kortot. Kortot kap. English. Sorry. Oh, very sorry. I'm sorry. I'm very sorry. That's about the expressions that we use. My penrai. My penrai. In English, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Never mind. It's okay. The last one in this series for today is tamai. Tamai. Why? Why are you doing that? A little bit more explicit. For what reason? For what reason are you doing that? So I hope you've enjoyed this short exercise, and obviously it could be expanded to cover many, many Thai phrases. Well, this was my first video dedicated to Kun Thai on YouTube, and I hope you've enjoyed it. Since I've been teaching English to Thai people, I've made many, many friends from all over the country. And as I've said to you earlier, a lot of them now studying abroad and doing various things at various universities. And we still keep in touch, the majority of us, and we're still very good friends. If there are enough people interested, then I would like to carry on making these videos dedicated to Thai people. And if you think it would help you, please let me know. Like the video, subscribe, and ring the notification bell. And that way, I will know that you've enjoyed it. And I would envisage I could bring out another one dedicated to Thai people every few days if they wanted it. I would also like if you left your name, Kun, whatever, in the comments, along with where you are in Thailand or wherever you are in the world, so I know the people that are interested in this particular venture. It just remains for me to say thank you for watching this video, or Kop Kun Krap, and I would look forward to seeing you again. So for now, Sawadee Krap. See you soon, I hope.